Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We are back in the fairgrounds, and today I am going to do various things. I am still waiting for your feedback on the hedges right now, but if I get feedback soon, I will be able to make any changes or whatever there. But I wanted to start with the ticket machine because, I think we need one. Now, I did have a really good suggestion from Moving Target, and she was talking about what we used for the popcorn machine and what we used for, what was the other thing we used it for? The claw machine. Was to actually use this resizable box, this thing. So I think I'm going to start with that, and we're going to start with plastic, probably that. And of course it's got to be yellow because, And then the sides we are probably also going to do plastic. Matte plastic, and we're going to go black with those. I quite like the fact that you can see that screws on the sides. So let's buy that first, and we're going to have to make it bigger. The ATM is an image of an ATM, so that's easy because this is just a picture. Now we're going to make this. So let's start by popping this on the wall and see where we go from there. We might have to make it bigger, we might have to make it smaller. It all depends on what we're going to add to it. So I was looking at various things, and I found the image of an old circus ticket machine. Not very fancy or anything like that, but it just sort of basic, very, very basic. So let's make this a little bit smaller. I don't want it as big as the ATM because that would be crazy. There we go. And then we can probably put it through the wall and put a door on the other side. Oh, I've got the ticket here for now. That's an idea. So if I do that and I pull this through the wall, will it? Yes, it will. So the people on this side can actually then fill it up with stuff. We can put a door on it. Okay, so we're going to need probably various things. So let me find various things and we'll take it from there. Might work as put your numbers in for how much you want. Okay, and then we need a couple of slots. We need, will you actually sit on there? No, you won't. Of course you won't. Now we used this the last time like that, which we could probably use again. But let's just copy, no, don't sell it. Copy that onto that and see what it looks like. It could be very technical. Okay, we have the screen, we have buttons here. Awesome, we're getting somewhere. And then let's just look further. We might find something more interesting. Should we use that as in the event of your money getting stuck in the machine, you can actually turn that knob to get it out? I don't know. It's a thought. Now we are going to need tickets, and we are using sticky notes as tickets. Actually, you know what? We've got some over here. So we can use, keep on backing into this ticket sign. So we can use that to come out of the slot. Maybe I need to change the color of the machine. I really like the yellow, but maybe it's a bit intense. Let's take it down a notch. There we go. That looks a little more in line with the ticket sign. All right. let us find our other stuff. Here's our little friend. Let's go with matte plastic black. I'm just going to throw the stuff on the floor. We can put coins, and then we're going to need a slot that we can put notes into. There we go, given all these things, and I still haven't used the book collection yet, which is quite sad. I can use that as the slot. Okay, let's keep it black. There we go. Let's try that. And then last but not least, we need the slot where the tickets come out. All right, let us start assembling stuff. So I think the easiest is going to be to start with this because it's the biggest thing. That's pretty cool. Okay, so you can punch in how many tickets you want, and then we can use that maybe for your money. We can adjust it if needs be once it's all in place. So maybe we need 2 of these. Okay, that'll work. And then if you want to put coins in, we can use that if the coin gets stuck in it. I don't know if it'll work, but I like the concept. Let's pull that out because otherwise I'm probably never going to be able to select it again. And then last but not least will be where the tickets actually come out. I quite like the idea of the colors on the box there. You know what we could do is going to work. Okay, that's a start. Let's get our little friend, the little block, so that we can use him, and we can paint him also black. So we've got him pre-colored, whatever size, shape, or other that we need. That's pretty good. Let's take it in just a smidgen, and then we can actually take this little friend. I don't know if I want that to be the same color. How about we change you to that blue? That'll work. You can put your money in there, and then this is where the tickets come out. All right. And then I'm gonna have to find some like decorations for the edges. This is a good start. We need that. Let's see past the size of this thing. Awesome. Now, how big are you? You are going to be fine there. But I think we need to move that up a little bit. Or that. Maybe change it. Yeah, let's keep it that color. Okay, and then if we get a ticket, there we go. So we know the concept. That is a ticket. That is where you put cash in. That is where you put coins in. Now we got to start with the fun stuff. Now we've got this sort of thing, which I think is perfect. So it's either that or that. So let's start with this one. Maybe blue. Oh, that'll work. So we put 2 across there. Let's see what these look like. Okay, and then our little friend here, I think we're going to do 2 different colors. Do we want plastic? Yes, let's do plastic. Let's start with that, and then maybe a black one as well, because if we frame it in black, because you've got the black back. Okay, that's starting to look good. That works. What do you think of that? I don't think that's bad. I think that looks pretty cute. And then we can just put that back above. I just moved it out of the way because I was like, nope, I'm not going to get stuck with that thing blocking my way, because it's quite a big PNG file. So I think that's pretty cute. If you don't want to stand in the queue there, or you come through the queue and you actually want to get more tickets or whatever, you can actually come here and buy tickets. So totally different format. Should we put a money in here? Because a money can go in here. Is that a lot of money in there? Is that a pack of money, or is that just one note? I think that's a note. There we go. So, using household objects. So, yes. All right. Let's go. I'm going to drop a clip in while I'm walking and show you where I got to with the haunted house. Unfortunately, I didn't record everything. So after I've shown you the clip of where we got to, we'll take a walk through so you can see the complete haunted house. How does that sound? I think he deserves his own little spot over here. So my thought process is upstairs. I did this. In fact, let's do it like that. And then it gets darker and darker as we go. Maybe a door here. So it's literally pitch darkness. How's that? I don't like that you get that leak of light from above. Maybe we need a switch. Just wish it wasn't so obvious. So when that opens, so if you come in here, I think we need another like grotto type thing. Okay, so I have had, after all my scares with these switches and stuff, I've actually quite enjoyed doing this. So hopefully I will want to do more. So let's go down. Okay, so this is when you first come into the haunted house. You end up here. You end up with the weird mirror, our spooky. And as I'm walking, you'll be hearing the monster noises because there's 5 of these switches down here, which is quite fun. If I do that, you'll see, yep, they're all attached. So as we're walking along here, I try to get it right underneath where you land, so you end up with that. And it's pretty. I also put some moss on the floor, moss tiles, like I've been using the fire tiles. I use the moss tiles, and I don't know why that is white. Let's just fix that. Much better. So, and we've got a skull. We've got some seashells floating around now. And these things, which I never did anything with. We'll just throw them over there. Okay. So, coming through here, Da-di-da-di-da. Pitch black. As you're standing here, this guy comes on behind you if you're looking for a way out. And then as you walk up to the door, it opens for you. And then if you step through the door, this guy lights up. And as you walk, different lights light up. And you'll see on that side as you walk, that also lights up. So this is our dude. I've fixed all these things here. We've got all these. As you break these, different lights come on. So yes, I had a lot of fun with that. I've also given him like a castle in the background with some candles sort of on the walls there, just for some. And I was trying to make that look like lightning. It's just the marble, but I think it actually turned out pretty good. Did I actually attach? Yes, I did. So I haven't got the noises on right now. We'll have to do a growly, but he growls. They're not very effective growls, but they growl. Okay, and then as you come here, the chest opens with a skull in it, which I thought was cool. Didn't know you could do that. And then as you come here, you'll see the light comes on and off on that wall there. And there's your skull. That also is not. That's reflecting weird things. That's better. And then we've got the lava tiles here and there as we go. And then again, as you come here, the ghost comes on, the chest opens, the lights come on there, and then you come around the corner here, and the lights behind all these skulls. And it looks like the skull's turning his face to look at you as you go past. Then you've got pumpkins, you've got arrows that say go this way. And then as you go here, this is totally out of place. I mean, we've got undersea creatures and knights guarding the castle, and it'll be fine. His light comes on, and then you come through here, and this sort of goes back to the nautical theme because you can see it through there. So there's some rocks and some skulls and an anchor, ship's wheel. As you come up here, that door opens. Stand here, ladder comes down. It works 90% of the time. So you've got to break the beam. Monster roars. We've got all kinds of creatures up there. You climb up the ladder. There's the fireflies up there. And something flickering. And of course you come through here. The door doesn't whack you in the face. You have pumpkins. In fact, you know what I was wanting to do? Where there's no entry tape things. Here it is. Safety tape. Terribly sorry. It won't fit there. Of course it won't fit there, because why would it? Does it only fit on a door? Well, you know what? We're going to move you. There we go. Doesn't quite fit across the passage. But it's... So you come through the door, it does open, doesn't hit the tape. You can't get through to the pumpkins. And then you've got a choice of going through again down below. Or if you get here, the door the door opens and you run through. This dude flickers at you. This dude comes on. This dude goes, hello. Scooby goes, wee, wee. Come through this way. Ah. We're going to do this at night. And you've got that, which light puts the light on. We've got these. We've got that. So as you step on and off it, that opens. Then you've got I actually like the fact that the mirrors turn red the most. And now we can do either that way, we can go past Scooby again, and then you've got this room with the key and the whole toot. I have also put the skull, and I've put a light behind this cage. One of the lights lights up, I think. Yes. But I think it's a reflection behind here that is causing the reflected light to come through me. Okay. And then you can leave. Okay, and then what I'll do is once I've got feedback with regards to the maze and any other little game or event or something, we've got a gap here, we've got space over here, I've put down a little pathway here, but we have a couple of little areas that we can still play with. I've also put lights throughout the park now. I'll drop a clip in on that so you can actually see what I've done. I've put most of them off, but you can see the lights on the roller coaster. So each one of these things has huge fluorescent lights, and the huge fluorescent lights and other lights is making lights flicker now. And we've even got it on the teacup. So we've got lights on the ride, which I thought was quite cool. So I'm just looking at spaces. We've got him. So we've got the knight. We've got the sea monster. The one thing we haven't put up is the other monster. So maybe we should do it over here, because we've got this little section here where we can actually place him. There he is. Like a little Frankenstein monster. Actually feel sorry for him. So maybe what we need to do is give him his own little hedge type thing. So if we take our hedge, I put this light in this corner here, but we can always move it. Maybe let's put him on something. What do we want to put him on? Because we put the one on rocks, we put the other one on like a plinth. Maybe we should put him on some boxes, a pallet. Oh, nice moldy one. That will work for him. Let's use 2 of them. I think I'll use this. We can always increase the size of this area. And we can put some lights underneath so that the light sort of comes up through. And the green is still the best light. It's just freaky. I suppose let's go with orange and see what it looks like. I'm guessing he won't stand on there. Oh, he does. Look at him. Well done, you. And this sort of gives it. And the tree's laughing at him. Okay, I can live with that. I would like. I'm not sure what I'd like to do. It looks like he's like hanging on to it. Oh, you shoot, poor guy. Let's put it behind you so you're not like trapped in it. There we go. Why am I feel sorry for the monster? I don't know, because shame, look at him. Poor guy. Then do we need to increase the height of this? He's so cute. Will we be able to make this fit? Probably not. But we can try. Maybe we just need to use this and take that garden archery away completely. So if I take that, actually, you know what? Let's just move that out of the way for now. I'd like that. Let's take that away completely. And can I please have more? Thank you. I'll put that right over the light. The light will shine up in it, which is awesome. There we go. Sort of an industrial vibe instead of a under the water vibe. Crates and pipes and stuff. Now, do we have? Don't suppose we can put it on anything here. There. Okay, let's do it here. What do you say? Maybe that. Oh yes, nice and thick. Thank you. Dang it. Surprisingly enough, you can actually put it on the walls here. So if not, why not? I don't think anybody is going to want to clean this place up. That's for dang sure. Well, that glows nicely. I'll take it. Okay. And you only see his hands as you walk around here, so that's fine. Scare all the little kiddies as on their way to the fun, to the playground. It'll be fine. These are the bigger kids. There we go. All right, so I'm going to leave it here. There are a few more, as I say, gaps here that we can put some more things. So any ideas for like spooky moments or carnival games or I don't know, something, let me know. And then finally this will be complete. You can see how the neons are flashing over there when I look at them out of the corner of my eye. Look at that. Yeah, it is what it is. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you've got this far and you're enjoying this, please subscribe. If you want me to put this up onto mod.io, sure. You can tell me if it falls down for you. I hope you have a lovely day. And I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.